Yeah, obviously tough outcome there. Credit to Richmond for making the plays they needed to make to win the game. They're a well-coached team, and obviously have a culture that expects to win, and they made those plays. We had our chances. I don't know if we played our best, but we had it. We did what we needed to do to put ourselves in a chance to win, and just didn't get it done. But we'll bounce back. We had a long talk at the end on the field with the team about poise and character, and about how you can want to win, but you don't have to act a certain way when you lose. I think there's a lot of poise and class that I'd like this program to carry ourselves with in all moments, and it shows weakness when we lose. And so, that was a learning moment for us at the end of the game. I think just internally didn't really affect the game. Game was over, but learning moment for us. We'll grow, and most important game of the year is the next one, whether you win or lose. So, we'll learn from this and move on to Georgetown.
The injury to Trayvon in the first quarter obviously puts football in perspective, and
yeah.
You could see during the halftime interview your emotions on your sleeve. I think that's, hearing from the players, that's why they love you so much, because you're up front with the players and you treat them so well. But just talk about not only yourself, but how the team was, able to deal with that and move on.
Yeah.
You have to play a football game still, but to see such a class act like Trayvon go down with an injury
yep.
like that, it was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. Such a great kid, great man, and there was definitely a lull on our sideline after that. Something like that is just not only is he a great player, but he's their friend, and they know the type of person that Trey is. He's such a hard worker, such a good teammate, and so not only do you miss the production on the field, but just who he is. They care a lot for him. And then there was a resolve, I think, after we settled in and scored ourselves, and kicked the field goal to kind of right the ship and then take the lead, and and we moved on. But to see Trey back out there on the field at the end of the game with crutches, and who knows? I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's going on, but I know that he still has a bright future in football, whether that's here or beyond. But he's a heck of a player, and we're going to miss him. But I know he'll do whatever he can do to be a force, a positive force for our team, and our receivers will rally, and just like we did today with Hutch stepping up, and they love Trey, and they're going to do it for him.
You're never going to replace Trey, but you have incredible wide receiver depth, and just talk about how the offense was able to move the ball after that injury, and then stepping up not only Brady Hutchinson, but also Reed Swanson, over 100 yards receiving today. Yeah,
Swan, I mean, he's got such potential. I wish it was 150 or whatever. I think we needed some more, but those guys, we have a really deep group, and Coach Gerbino does a great job developing the depth in that room. And adversity, we talk about adversity all the time. We never think it's going to be in this way, but you can't blink. You have to move forward and do the best you can with what you have, and one play at a time or whatever. And now it's one practice at a time, and I like our group. I mean, we were still able to move the ball well. I think we had 400 yards of offense in the game, and did some really good things. I thought we got in a rhythm, nice run pass rhythm there, put some long drives together, and really took advantage of what Richmond gave us. They're a really sound defense, and they tackle extremely well. I thought we saw that today, and we made some big plays. Just needed a few more.
What does it say about the resilience of your team to be able to rally after an injury like that, and you were in it all the way till the end?
Yeah. I mean, it says a lot about them. They're tough, and that's what I like about coaching this group. We're going to fight always, and we will. We'll continue to play our best, and they're a resilient group, and I expect us to play our best game of the year next week against Georgetown on the road, and that's where our focus will be from here on out.
7 rushing attempts, I believe, in the first half, Coach, and then 10 rushing attempts in the third quarter alone. I think what you finished up with 25. But
Yeah.
was that a concerted effort going into the third quarter, or was that just you didn't get that balance you were looking for in the first half, or just talk about that?
I can't remember how the drives exactly went in the first half, but I think it was just a little bit about how we were moving the ball. But we knew at halftime, that they were giving us some looks, and sometimes the way our offense is with some run pass options, we're calling runs, but the throws are open, so we're throwing them. And Jake was doing a nice job with those. And we knew we could really get to the running game, especially out of our spread type formations. And we did, and did a great job. I thought our running backs did well. Sterney ran the ball well when he needed to, and it wasn't. I don't think we were shying away from the running game in the first half. I think it was just kind of the game flow and what they presented.
Your defense has gotten better over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a few of the guys just saying that they've got a lot of just hunger and want to get better. What's impressed you about your defense over the last few weeks, especially today? You were able to generate some pressure.
Yeah, we got pressure on the quarterback. I think that's been getting better all year. Our situational awareness is getting better. Still need to improve our tackling in space. Richmond has some elusive guys out in space that we got to, we definitely can improve there. But I think their confidence is just growing. I think, brand new system. We're just, if you think of executing as ones and zeros, and 11 guys have a chance to either do their job a 1 or don't do their job a 0, our percentage of ones is going up better than it was in week 1 against Monmouth. We're doing our job more consistently, more often, and that leads to getting more stops. Obviously, getting our pass rush going has been huge. I thought we did a nice job on third down today, so we've got to keep building on that. I think it was a solid defensive performance. I think they're gaining confidence, and we'll definitely continue to build as the season goes.
I thought overall really solid performance defensively, as you alluded to, Coach, but it was obviously the one defensive play where the wide receiver got loose after, I'd have to watch the play again, but it looked like a missed tackle, and then the special teams punt return, just, it stinks in the aspect that you bottled them up. Isaiah Dawson held in check with those 2 plays where Hill got loose, and then Griffin. Just talk about those 2 plays, and what can the team learn from those moving forward?
Yeah, we'll have to watch the film on the punt return. The long touchdown on offense, I think it was, I think our guys ran into each other, and we had a chance to get them down, and kid stayed up and made a good play, So it's the little things. I think it's, you're playing a game like that, like you can't let up for 1 second. It's got to be every play. We talk about playing a 60-minute game, and that includes every play in between the first minute and the 60th minute, the 59th minute. But I got to watch the film though. I know we had a chance on punt return, and Coach Eisen, our special teams coordinator, will be adamant that we had opportunities to get him down, and the guys they'll learn from it, and we'll get it. We'll get better. Our specs have been great all year. Our kickoff coverage, punt coverage has been great. Just can't let up against a team like that. For give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and that's what they did.
Seems like you guys have hardly been at Andy Kerr. Definitely no back-to-back games, and now 3 of the next 4 on the road. So just talk about the mindset of the team moving forward. It's got to be a quick turnaround heading into the Georgetown.
Yeah, Georgetown. Yeah, mindset. I mean, it's every week. It's rinse and repeat. The mindset is going to be to beat Georgetown. That's it. Have our best week and beat Georgetown. We talk about raising the bar every week, and we say that whether we win or lose. We're trying to raise the bar 1 notch and play our best. So this one stings, but when you wake up tomorrow, can't let it beat us twice. And so we're gonna attack the week, and we're gonna be a hungry team down in DC next week. Thank you.